Hello everyone, my name is Mushir and welcome back to Spobits.com, a website that analyzes sports and sports related fitness issues. Today I have with me Mizgan, our regular football expert, and a special guest, Ana, who will be analyzing the fitness and fatigue level of players across different sports, mostly in football. So, hello guys, how are you?
Hello, Mushir. How are you?
Hi,
I'm good,
Mushir.
thanks.
Hi, Mizgan.
So,
How are you?
Let's continue then.
okay, so pleasantries exchanged. Okay, now let's today we will be talking about the topic which has been like maybe for the final time in the era of league football, that from next year the English Premier League won't be played during the Christmas vacation like other Bundesliga, Spanish league. So this will be, I think, the last season. The EPL matches will be played in Boxing Day and New Year. So I will be and we will be discussing about the impact of the extra matches that English player plays in their league with Mizgan from the footballing aspect and with Ana from the fitness and fatigue point of view. So Mizgan, can you just shed some light on this new development in the English Premier League that they won't be playing any Boxing Day or matches during the New Year and having a vacation of 4 weeks time from next season?
Yeah. So basically, the Premier League board decided to close out the games during the Boxing Day and New Year's. So that
Mm-hmm.
means the players will have a 2 to 3 weeks gap after they play the games around December 21st and December 22nd.
Mm-hmm.
Then they will resume their playing from the second week of January. Means there will be no games on 26th and during the phase of the 1st to the 5th. And the League Cup semi-finals, which also takes place around the first week of January, will also be postponed. Or I think the decision regarding that hasn't been taken yet.
Mm-hmm.
So uh, the 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 main I think the talking point regarding this, or the main the agenda from the Premier League, or the main decision and the main I would say the impact of playing games in during the winter vacation, that I think that has prompted the Premier League board to at least try for one season, like giving players break, like we have seen, like you said, like we have seen in the Bundesliga and in La Liga, and also in the other leagues like the French league, and also we'll see how this goes on, because there are several
Mm-hmm.
pros and cons as well. So like the fatigue level, we'll hear today, like
Yeah.
how the fatigue level, yeah, interacts and all, yeah.
Yeah, Ms. Gan, you brought out a very good topic of fatigue level. So, for fatigue level and the stresses that player goes through, physical stress during the extra burden they have during the winter, peak winter season, we will be talking with Anna here, and we will just be like to know what are the fatigue levels and what are the characteristics of fatigue that a player can have during the regular matches and especially during the winter season when they play extra matches.
Yeah, so talking about fatigue, I would firstly like to say that what fatigue is. It's actually like a localized progressive muscle fatigue
Mm-hmm.
which happens. It's called the inability to maintain required force level after prolonged use of particular muscles, which impairs the control of limb velocity and acceleration. So that is basically what fatigue is. And as Ms. Gan and you were saying, it's completely true, because there is so much fatigue, increased fatigue level, which is seen in football players, especially because of the amount of matches that they are made to play in the English Premier League as well as in different leagues. So I think that there are many reasons because of which there are increased fatigue level related injuries which are seen in players nowadays. So there are many factors that needs to be discussed, and I'm actually surprised that this decision came out so late.
So, Ms. Gan, can you just corroborate with this? Is there any like real reason that fatigue comes by playing extra matches only during January, or is there any data that suppose that it's not only the matches, the extra matches which are being played in January or December, but rather than other factors of the failure of English teams in the European League?
Yeah, I think the English Premier League is arguably the most intense league in the world. I think even though there's a gap between the top six the league and the rest 14 teams. Every game, there's always a chance for a 20th for a last place team to topple up the league leaders. Like we saw on Sunday, Liverpool play Fulham. Okay, Liverpool were quite comfortable. We will be saying that Fulham didn't pose much challenge, but there was always a chance that Fulham might get something if Liverpool step off the gas. If Liverpool decrease the gears, low down the order. I mean, Liverpool were not at their best as well, but still.
Absolutely.
Or I think this game, if this game is not the best example. There are many games like we have seen in the past in the Premier League that every top team who are taking part in the Champions League as well or in the Europa League have to be at their best at least for 75 minutes in the Premier League.
Exactly.
I think that's not the case in many other leagues, especially in Liga.
Yeah, for Liverpool, I would say it's more than like 75 minutes. They lose matches after 90 mostly.
Yeah, so we have seen Liverpool in the past conceding late goals as well. The thing is with these teams, by the time it comes to February or March or even April, they have to prioritize one tournament if they are alive in both tournaments. Like if Manchester City or Liverpool, I think, who are the title challengers this season, if they by March or April, if they don't have a wide enough squad, if they have injured players due to the fact that they have played in December or January, let's not hope that happens. Otherwise, the title race might get affected. So if they don't have a wide squad, then they have to prioritize one tournament. Like,
exactly. Yeah,
Okay.
totally agree.
Okay, okay, Ms. Gan,
Yeah.
I just want to ask Anna, is there like any relation with the time that is the effect of winter more on the fatigue level or on the age of the players who are playing in the team also?
Yes, exactly. I think when you talk about fatigue related injury, we have two distinct categories that is seen. We see that young players they have their injury which is different, and the match related injuries which is targeting young players, and there's a complete difference which is seen in the older players. So for example, if you see young players, they have an increased level of fatigue related injury in the second half of the game as compared to the older players. So there is definitely a difference that is seen. As talking about the timing, I think when I talk about fatigue related injury, I have to explain that there are two distinct categories there. We have an intrinsic injury, which is mostly related with the player related injury, which is mostly with match relations, and there's also an extrinsic injury, a different category, which is more related with the environment. So talking about that, I can say that the training injuries is generally seen at peak in January, and the more match-related injuries or the competitive injuries is kind of seen at a peak in October, and I'm pretty sure that we have numerous examples which can corroborate with this statement that training injuries are at peak in January, isn't it, Ms. Gan?
Ms. Gan, it's your turn.
Yeah. So regarding the fatigue level, or also the injuries related to the fatigue or the training or something like that. So that's the thing. In the past few years, what managers have done is they have distinguished the training intensity level, especially when it comes to playing games every 3 days, like all the big teams, Saturday, Wednesday,
Exactly.
Saturday, Thursday, Sunday. So they can't train every other day. So if they're playing on a Wednesday, they can't train on a Thursday and Friday and get ready for the game on Saturday. So they have to categorize the way. I think that's why many managers now prefer pre-season to prefer every player to be present in the preseason at least for 2 to 3 weeks, so that they explain the basic structural part of the team during the preseason and make the players drill on that, and then during the season they just practice and re-practice on that on a slightly lower intensity level, even though the training sessions of some managers are of very high intensity, but they still try to manage that.
Exactly. I think you're absolutely right with that, because there is a need for importance for benchmarking players on their level of fitness, and like Ms. Ganas very importantly pointed out, that there is a need to understand high intensity training that needs to be done in certain time of the matches, during the matches, and because you see muscle injury rate is generally increased in matches when the player has to play within like a span of 5 days. So you have one match, and you have match if the duration that is given to you as rest period is less than 5 days, you will see an increase in muscle injury rate there.
Yeah, so that's when the recovery day is quite important. I think the players playing on a Saturday, the Sunday is the most important day
Absolutely.
of his chances of playing the next game on Wednesday. Because Wednesday is less than 5 days away. That's the thing. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So nice points covered here. And just one more question out of curiosity. Is there any like effect on the position of the player, like center forward getting more injured, or the defenders are more prone to injury due to the fatigue level?
Yeah.
I think Mizgan
Ms.
will go
Gan, you
first.
can
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah. So regarding this position base, I think it's more about the tactical thing of how the managers make several position players play, because it is a cliche that high level teams depend on their midfielders
Exactly.
to play to set the tempo of the game. So it's like three midfielders basically. Many high profile or many top team managers use the 4-3-3 formation. So all the three midfielders have to do the job of linking the player from defense to attack. See, if you're a center back, you can't play 3 games in the space of 6 days. Like, okay, he has to defend, but he doesn't have to cover the amount of ground the midfielders are covering, especially the wide midfielders who are the number eights who are there making late runs in the box when
Mm-hmm.
required, who are there making late runs inside their own box to defend and help out the center backs as well.
Exactly.
The,
Because
the average ground
midfielders
they're
generally
covering,
cover a greater distance. They cover a greater distance, and they
yeah,
have a more high intensity
they cover
running than
this,
central midfielders.
yeah, yeah. They cover distances at par with 11 to 12 kilometers. So you can imagine them playing 3 games in 6 days,
Yeah.
and you can imagine them being injured, especially the hamstring injury or muscle-related injury.
Exactly.
Yeah, but just coming to one point regarding the midfielder, Sturridge has been injured for like 3 years or 4 years in a row.
Yeah, I think that James Miller, I think, got injured once.
Yeah,
He
once
was playing
everybody can get
the
injured. Even I get
yeah,
injured once or twice in life
yeah,
without playing.
yeah. But the thing with Daniel Sturridge is, I think he has a problem of his muscle
Mm-hmm.
because of his past history about something about I don't exactly know about Daniel Sturridge's physical condition from his youth years,
Mm-hmm.
but he has had problems with his muscle from his very young years.
Mm-hmm.
Means I think that's why we're seeing a different Daniel Sturridge this season. Even though he's scoring goals for Liverpool when called upon, you can see Daniel Sturridge not stretching that much. He's not
Yeah.
able to sprint that much. He's not
Exactly.
able to turn with the ball and dribble past the defender at a quick speed, like he used to do during his peak season at Liverpool in the 13-14 season when Liverpool almost won the league.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not able to see that because he's partly scared of stretching another muscle. So he's there. Okay, I will not stretch my muscle a lot. I will be looking to play under my limits, run as much as I can, and try to impact the game through my goals. So
Okay.
that's the thing with Daniel Sturridge.
Yeah, with regard to position, Anna, can you give your input on this from?
I think I completely agree with what Ms. Gan has to say, that midfielders are generally considered the most unpredictable players in the match, and they have like a lot of distance to cover. So I think on an average, a midfielder does more work as compared to a center forward or fullbacks. So I'm going to completely agree with Ms. Gan, with what Ms. Gan has to say. I think there needs to be a special benchmark period which has to be maintained, especially for midfielders, because they are very crucial for the matches.
Okay, so Ms. Gan, coming back to you. So by cutting these 2 weeks, like during the Christmas vacation, do you think that English team will fare well in UEFA or other European leagues, or only the spectators will be at the loss?
Yeah, see, the loss of games during the
Yeah, I think it will
Boxing
impact
Day
the
period.
it will certainly impact the financial conditions also, because in those period the sponsors and even the viewership is very high because of the vacation period
Yeah,
at
yeah,
that time.
yeah. The TRP is very high peak. especially looking at the fact that Liverpool, there are two big games during this period. On the 29th of December, Liverpool play Arsenal, and the 3rd of January, Manchester City and Liverpool face off in a potential title clash. So you can imagine the TRP going sky high during that period.
Yeah.
So if you remove those games now and imagine a bare period from the 22nd of December to the 8th of or 9th of January, so you can imagine sitting on a sofa and enjoying with your pets rather than watching a game.
Exactly.
So it's that kind of a situation, but it's a catch-22 situation because the thing with playing during those games is the risk of injury increases because the Champions League is off during December and January. It resumes in February, and many other teams in Bundesliga and La Liga come back fresh on the second week of January, and then they start their league games and then they prepare for the Champions League games. While the English teams have already played games during December and January and have FA Cup, League Cup. I think we know the English teams play 4 tournaments. Other teams in the league play 3 tournaments. League Cup, no other league has a League Cup kind of tournament in their bag. So that is an extra burden for players. But so regarding this, how they will play in the Champions League, I think everything has a pro and has pros and cons. So you will get a rest. That's good. That's good for the less injury aspect.
Yeah, less fatigue-related injuries. Exactly.
Yeah. Sometimes momentum also gets lost. So sometimes teams like to play games every 3 to 4 days to keep the momentum going. And if you have a large squad, you can cope up with it. So it has
pros and cons.
So we'll see what happens. We will see what happens.
I think what I want to say is because there are so many competition-related injuries, fatigue-related injuries which is seen in the peak in October, I would really want all my viewers to please go back and read the article related with vitamin D deficiency-related injuries which happens because it causes a decrease in muscle recovery rate. So I just wanna call back and ask my viewers to please go and read and understand that there is a big importance of vitamin D which plays in sports related injuries and muscle recovery. So there's a lot of things to cover there. So I really want you guys to go and read it. So just read that article again.
Okay, guys, read vitamin D article and be in the sun. And Mizgan, coming back to to this topic of which I don't like at all, that Premier League won't be happening in the Boxing Day and New Year's. So what are your plans during that time for next year?
Yeah, tell us about it.
So my plan would be to sleep extra because I would be this year. I would be there. I would be covering games almost every day because there's a game on 26th. There's a game on 29th. 30th.
Yeah, that's good.
Not on 30th.
I think Mizgan is going to have a fatigue-related like an injury going on. You need to take rest, man.
Yeah.
My eyes always ask for that, so I sleep extra that day.
Okay.
Just to minimize his fatigue-related injuries.
So this will be happening from next year, not this year. Okay, we have one more year with extra football.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, you have to add anything? Any one of you, or shall we call it a?
I guess we
close?
can just
Shall we close it?
I think we have covered. Everything.
Okay, guys. So thanks for your time, and to our viewers, keep listening to our podcast and visiting our website.
We promise you that we are going to come up with more different content, and we want you guys to comment and like all our articles and write whatever you want and give us feedback because it's very important for us. We are a new website, and we absolutely love any kind of comments that you guys leave on to our website. So please do comment and listen to our podcast and read our articles.
Yeah, hope we keep with our promise of producing very high quality articles at a regular pace. Okay, Ms. Gan, thanks a lot for your time, and thanks to Ana, and thanks to myself.
Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.